90% of US adults have used this service, and given that this channel has a younger audience, I would say that 100% of you guys have interacted with this service. The website is simple while being complex, and it just is something that I strive to build every time I create a website. Now, if you don't build websites, you're still gonna appreciate the near level of perfection that it hits. It's truly a work of art. The website is Stripe. If you don't know, they're a payment processor, and their clients are freaking huge. Like, you've definitely interacted with one of their clients. Now, right off the bat, there's probably some stuff you see that's like really sick already. However, I'm gonna kind of like pull back the curtain and show you something that the untrained eye wouldn't pick up on, and that is how they are able to captivate and attract people's attention and ultimately convert them into buyers. All right, right off the bat, they have this awesome angled dynamic background, and they actually have their text kind of changing to it because the text is opaque. So they're able to actually, like, if you look closely, the text is changing colors, but if it wasn't opaque, then it would just be a plain color. All right, so minor detail there, but just something like so cool. You look at this website and go like, wow, that's actually like really sick. At least that's what I do. And then you scroll down the page and they have all of these animations that go above and beyond. And also you can interact with them. A lot of them you can like click on them, and every page pretty much has one of these animations. And there are so many subtle things on the website that they put in there just for fun. For example, on their payments page, you have the little Face ID that you're able to click on, and it makes you feel like you're actually on your phone when you click on this and you're approving the transaction. So they really take the time to just put in every single bell and whistle that they can while keeping the website very streamlined. Like, it's very easy to browse. The fonts, this is another thing, like the way that they scale their fonts is perfect. The titles are like, everything's just like the right size. Again, this is something that if you're a designer, you'll appreciate. If not, you still browse the website with a lot more ease without realizing why it's so nice. All of this stuff takes so much time to create. So if you're ever building a website and you're trying to figure out how can you do a better job at conveying whatever the product does or whatever your service does, Stripe's an excellent place to go to see how they're doing it. What do they bring attention to? What types of animations are they using? And then some of the stuff's like ridiculous, like adding this globe, really cool, but the fact that you can drag it and it's interactive is even cooler. I mean, this is just a team that is looking at the website and finding every possible way to just make it as cool as they can. And here's that 90% stat. I didn't make that up. 90% of US adults have purchased using Stripe before, and that's probably excluding like a bunch of like farmers and boomers. So basically everybody has used this service before. Okay, as promised, I wanted to like pull back the curtain on one specific section, the most important section on the website, and that's the hero or the intro of the homepage. If you knock this out of the park, then the visitor is going to continue browsing and you're going to hook them. But if you fail to do that, they're going to bounce off the website. And this section is perfect for several reasons. The biggest thing is the title. So many people screw up their titles. I've mentioned this a lot on my channel, but it just needs to clearly either say exactly what you do or exactly what benefit you bring to people while still kind of correlating it to what you do. Financial infrastructure for the internet, very clear. Stripe's a huge product. Oh, I totally forgot to talk about their menus. This is the sickest menu I think I've seen. The fact that you go in between the tabs and the box slides left and right with you while the content actually changes out, and same thing right here. This is really, really nice, and it's super user friendly. But look at all their products they have. So they have to figure out a title that like fully encapsulates everything that they do. Financial infrastructure for the internet. And then here is where this text backs it up by doing two things. It says millions of companies of all sizes, from startups to Fortune 500s, use Stripe's software and API to accept payments, send payouts, and manage their business online. So the two things that it's doing is it's adding social proof. So millions of companies of all sizes, and then it's talking about from startups to Fortune 500s. So it's also identifying their audience while building social proof. And then it goes on to kind of say what they provide. So software and APIs, and then three different things that they do within there: accept payments, send payouts, and manage their businesses online. It's very difficult as a business owner to boil your entire business down to one title and then one sentence, but it's critical because if you talk too much, then you're gonna lose people. and you're going to confuse them. So they did it so well right here. Even though they have all this different stuff that they do, they figured out three things that their product does, added social proof, added their CTAs. Now to complement this left section, they added the right section, which depicts their product. So unlike these other sections, like where there's so much going on and it does depict their product, they left this one static. So the eye isn't drawn all over the place. I think that's why they did that. And so you can see real images of their product. So you can see what it looks like for the consumer when they're checking out, and you can see what it looks like for the admin when they're managing their business. Two critically important features of Stripe when evaluating their product. And then right below, more social proof. So based on this section alone, this is going to hook people in so well that their next step is going to see that the product does exactly what they need it to do. So that's when they're going to go into the details and figure out exactly what the API is like or whatever, get into all the nitty gritty. Whether you need a hero inspiration, a footer inspiration, the copywriting, the style, they absolutely knock this website out of the park. And it's probably the coolest mainstream website I've seen. And I reference it all the time. But building a beautiful website is half the battle. You need people to find it in order to see it. In this video, I go over the 7 subtle SEO tips that actually make a pretty big difference.